In this video we're going to be looking at creating custom content layouts for your client sites, and we'll be doing that by using a combination of some plugins to achieve the effect that we're looking for. If you were familiar with CSS code, then you could certainly use that to change the style sheets of the pages, but the point of this course was creating custom layouts and creating a custom client sites without having to use any HTML or CSS coding. So this can easily be done using a combination of plugins. But before we get to that, I just wanted to show you the sort of admin area of the WordPress site that Artisteer has created. So if we go to Appearance, Themes and Widgets, you can see here, I think I said in a previous video that Artisteer creates several widget areas. So you've got your primary widget, which is your left or right sidebar. For this one we created a 2-column site with a left sidebar. You have a secondary widget here, which is used if you have a 3-column setup, so for example a left sidebar and a right sidebar. You have a header widget area, a first top widget area and a second top widget area which goes above the content. You have a first bottom widget area and a second bottom widget area which goes below the content, and then you've got these 4 footer widget areas. So Artisteer certainly gives you lots of different widgetized areas that you can add certain things to. The other great thing about the way that Artisteer sets this up is that you can actually customize which pages the widgets are shown on. So for example, if you click on a widget, once it's in place, you can select first of all the appearance of it, whether you want it the default sidebar or block, simple text, what have you, and you can choose which page the widget actually appears on. So if you have a specific text widget or for example the RSS feed or comments or whatever it is, and you only want to display it on one particular page or just the home page, then you can select this option. So for example the front page, or you can select which page IDs the widget should appear on. So already straight out of the box, the theme gives you plenty of ways to customize the content and the layout. But in this video we're going to show you a quick and easy way to change the layout, mainly for the home page, because in a lot of cases clients are quite happy for the inner pages, such as the about or contact us page, to be the standard sort of layout, but they might want the home page to be broken up a bit more. Obviously WordPress was designed as a blogging platform first off, but it's now obviously been used more as a content management system, but the layout is still very much continuation of text going from top to bottom, broken up by images or videos, but in certain instances you may want the layout to be in more of a column format, and there's several plugins that will achieve that, but there's one that I like to use. Maybe you use a different one, in which case then stick with what you know and what you're happy with, but if not, then I'll show you the plugin that I use. So if we go to plugins and add new, and if I type in WP Easy Columns and click search, should be the first option here, and if I click install now, let's see, there are other plugins that will offer the same functionality. I just happen to like this plugin. And then if we go to pages, and we'll add a new page, and we'll call this, for example, home. Then we can decide on the layout of the page. Obviously you'll consult with your client how they want the content displayed in the home page, but you see this new button has been added here, and this is your columns option. So if we click on that, then you have multiple different column layouts split into, so for example, if you want 3 columns, it'll split the page into thirds, or if you want 2 columns but it's split a third size and 2/3 size, vice versa, or you want to split into fourths and halves, and virtually any combination that you can think of, you can create with this. And what this will do is it'll actually insert shortcodes into the page. So if I select, for example, 3 columns, click that, it inserts these column shortcodes, and anything between the shortcodes is where your content would be. So if I click on preview, you can see here they've got the 3rd column options. Okay, so if I go back, because I never saved that, it's not showing. Hang on a second, put that back in. Anything I put between these shortcodes will show up on the page in a column format. So let's say, for example, I wanted a section of text here and then 3 columns worth of text. I'll just get some dummy text first. Okay, take some text here. And paste it in there, and then we'll put some text in the 3 columns. Now obviously I'm doing this very quickly. You can add anything to these columns. For example, if you want images and texts, then you can do that. If you just want images, again, you can do that. Yeah, let's add some more text. And then if I publish that, and view the page, then you'll see here that I've got the first block of text here and then the 3 columns of text here. So again, I just threw in some dummy text. Obviously you'd have content for your client, and you'd obviously also have images as well. What you can also do, if we go back here to the page, if you see down at the bottom right hand side, you've got these theme options. This lets you customize it even further, so you can select whether the page should show in the menu or as a separator in the menu. You can choose a custom title for the page if you want it to appear as something else in the menu. You can choose whether to show the title, for example this title here, on the page. You can choose whether to show the header on the page. So for example, if you deselect that, when somebody clicked on that page, the actual header wouldn't show. And this option here, show the sidebar on the page. So if I deselect that and update it, and then refresh this, you can see here the sidebar disappears and the content is and now in a 1 column format. So you've got the top bit, 3 columns, sorry, a 1 kind of page format as it were. So again, that may be the way that your client wants it for their home page. They might want the sidebar to appear on the sort of inner pages of the site, but the home page they may want a layout such as this, no sidebar and the content split into columns. And this is a very easy way to achieve that. Another option that you have is to have, say for example, you wanted, or your client wanted their content laid out like this, but they wanted, for example, their blog posts or tweets or something like that to appear in one of these columns. Then what you could do is create a widget area for this and insert it between the column shortcodes, and I'll show you how to do that. Again, it's just another plugin. So if we go here to plugins and add new and put in widgetize pages and click search. Again, there are several plugins that will do the same thing. This is just the plugin that I like to use. Click install now. And activate the plugin. So another menu has appeared here on the left, and this is for the widgetized pages options. So if I click on sidebars, you'll see here that we've already got I created a sidebar previously. What I'll do is I'll delete that and show you how to do this. Okay, so no custom sidebars found, so all you do is click add a sidebar. Okay. Give it a title, so we want this on the home page, so we'll call this home page 1. You can give it a description if you want, and then click save sidebar. Okay, and then what you can do is, if you go to appearance and widgets, hold that in a new tab. If we go down to the bottom here on the right hand side, you'll see we've now got this new widget area that we just created, home page 1, and let's say we want to put our recent posts in there. So let's say they want to display the posts, hang on their home page, so I can put it there in one of those column formats, so that's fine. And then what we want to do is we want to put this widget actually in the page. So if I click on edit page, and what we'll do is we'll put it between the last column shortcodes, which is this one here. So if I delete this here, and then go back to our widgetized pages sidebars, and you'll see here that it says use the shortcode feature to add a sidebar to your post pages. Okay, so this is the shortcode here. It's OTW underscore is sidebar equals OTW dash sidebar dash 1, which is this one here. And if you had other sidebars created, then it would just be whichever the number of sidebar it was. So for example, we'll just use this here. If we copy that shortcode, and then if we place it in here between the other shortcode for the columns, and then update it, and now if we view the page, we can see we've now got our recent posts in our third column. So again, it gives you more options to customize the appearance and layout of your site, or your client's site rather. So as I say, you can do that with all the columns if you wanted. If you wanted one for text, then you could do that. If you wanted one to display recent posts and maybe want to display tweets, then you could do that. the combination of the plugins allows you to create a completely customized layout for your homepage without having to delve into CSS or anything like that. It's completely created with shortcodes, which makes it very, very easy. So that's it for this video. As I say, it was a quick overview of how to use a couple of plugins to create a custom layout mainly for your homepage. Obviously I just used some dummy text here. You would use your client's content with images to make it look nice, but I just wanted to show you the plugins in action. Other plugins that you can use in terms of SEO and that kind of thing, I'm not going to go over in this video course because there's plenty of guides out there on the different types of plugins that will increase the SEO optimization of your site. So for example, plugins you could use like Google XML Sitemaps and All-in-One SEO are the first two that I would recommend that you use, but there are loads of different plugins, and if you're familiar with WordPress then you'll probably already have plugins of that nature that you prefer, and just stick with those. But the ones I want to discuss here are the ones to customize the layout of the content on your pages. In the next video we'll look at how to turn WordPress into even more of a content management system, again using shortcodes, again using plugins. And what we'll do in the next video is we will white label the WordPress for your client. So what we'll be doing is taking away all the hang on, if I go to the admin panel I can show you what I mean, all the kind of instances of the WordPress kind of labeling essentially, and we'll clean up the admin panel as well and take away anything, clean up the dashboard and take away anything we don't need, and we'll take away the WordPress logo from the login page, so that when your client logs into their site to the admin panel it will actually display their own logo. And in the next video I'll show you how to do that and create a sort of customized white label version for your clients. Okay, so that's it for this video and I will see you in the next.